Hey everyone, Mango7will here. How are we doing today? Welcome to another Dragalia Lost video. And boy, oh boy, am I excited today. So many things we have to go over. I did a couple videos last night, just before we got any official patch notes, so I'm going to redo it now and do it a little better now that we know more specifics. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the character stories I'm uploading, and I will be continuing to upload for a little bit. What I'm doing is going through all of these stories in the castle here, adventurer stories, all of these here, and just putting them up out there. As a player myself, there's characters I don't have, like Nefaria, that I really wanted to see, and I had to go search for it myself, so I figured why not have a place where everybody can go watch them if they so choose to. I'm going to be uploading about one of them a day, which means you're going to be getting 2 videos of me from a day. This is not going to interrupt any of my usual style of videos, so don't get mad at that or anything, but it is going to send you another notification probably, so you can just ignore that if you're not interested in these stories, or you could always open it up, hit like, and then ignore it, because that helps out so much. I'm sorry for saying it, but it helps out so much, and would be super appreciated. What else did I want to say about that? If you have any feedback regarding that style of video, and again, this is just talking about the character stories in general, I would love to hear it. I'm new to actual video editing outside of cutting and pasting, so I would really like to hear any improvements I can make to those videos, and I would love to try to do it on my own time and try to figure out how to get better at editing, because that's kind of what my plan is for those. Also, if you have any specific characters you would like to see, or dragons, or anything, I would love to put it up there. So what I'm going to do is take basically the highest voted unit onto the video and then put the next one up the next day. So hopefully I can get that going for you. I'm gonna have to re-roll a bunch of accounts to get the characters I don't have and level them up, so there's that. That's a fun project for me too. But anyways, let's get on to what we're all actually here for, and that is all of these notices. So there's a lot of notices here. Last night we got trolled right at reset. We got Dragalia Life 23. I was like, no, why? I was so mad. But then we got like everything. So we have a shop maintenance coming up for about 10 minutes. I doubt this is going to really affect anybody unless you're randomly trying to open it at that time. The cool part is it says we will be implementing an update for gathering limits, and I don't know if this is actually going to have any effect on gatherings itself, but we'll talk about the gathering changes in just a little bit because that is in the update here. The next thing we have are a bunch of issues here regarding this, and there's also issues for High Microsoma trial. Those are probably not going to affect too many people, but I would love if we got compensation for that, because I love compensation, and who doesn't? And we're into the juicy ones here. This is the update notification to 1.1.2, and I cannot believe this. Like, I literally can't believe this, but we are getting a 10-fold summon voucher again. Another one. And another one, and another one, just like over and over. This is ridiculous. I've never seen such generosity in a game before, and a lot of people say this game sucks because the gacha rates are terrible, but I really think stuff like this balances it out. It gives people a chance to summon if they don't want to put a bunch of money in, but it also makes the people who really want to get ahead have to pay for it, which I like, and I'm really happy about that. So this is fantastic. I hope they keep it up. I don't know if they can. People always ask me, do you think we're going to get another 10-fold voucher on the next banner? And I always say, I don't think so, but you never know with how crazy they've been lately. I hope it keeps up. My ideal situation for this is every time a seasonal banner comes out, or every time there's a milestone or something like that, they reward us, in quotes, with something like this. So people who cannot afford to spend money on a seasonal banner or a limited banner will still get that 110-fold to really try to get lucky. So that's my hope and my thoughts for 10-folds, and I hope they keep going. And like, if we're getting 10-folds now, what are they going to give us for Christmas? Like, it better be better than 100 feathers. I mean, okay. So gatherings. The limit of gatherings will be increased from 6 to 12, with maximum being able to being held from 50 to 99. So this is the only thing, honestly, in this entire patch I'm kind of stressed about. This does actual 0 to me, like actually 0 to me as a player, and probably very minimal to a lot of other people. So anybody over the point of level 45 is not going to really get affected by this, and there's a couple reasons you might now. So going from 6 to 12, for those of you who don't know, you regen 1 every 6 hours. I sleep less than 6 hours a day, So that doesn't actually help me too much. Maybe it saves me 1 Gathering a day. That's about it. It also makes it so I can start the stream with 10 to 11 Gather Wings instead of 4 to 5 if I want to be efficient with my wings. So there's that. I do like that. And for players under level 45-ish, it really helps out because they don't have to worry about that 50 cap, which is also amazing. But for just general players, this isn't going to do anything unless something comes along with it. So there's a couple stipulations here that I think might really help this out. One of them is currently Gathering refreshes, and if you're not familiar with Gathering refreshes, it is 50 Wyrmite for 6 feathers right now. And that is the equivalent of 100 stamina for 100 Wyrmite when you go into Onslaughts. Going into Onslaughts and hosting at 25 stamina when you're refreshing at 100 Wyrmite, which a lot of people do, the exact same of joining up with 3 feathers for 25 Wyrmite. So if they make it so 50 Wyrmite does give you 12 feathers, that will make the new best way to spend your wings on Onslaughts by far when it comes to refreshing. So that's fantastic, and I hope they do that, but I'm not sure if they're going to. This could be why they're changing the shop. They could be changing the shop from 6 to 12, and that would just make my day. It would also make my day if the daily went up to 12, but I guess we'll see. Like, I can't see it refreshing 6 when you have 12 max now, so I can't see it. But they could be raising the price of it too, so here's hoping they're nice about it. I can't see them doing this many good things and then screwing us that way, so I've just got fingers crossed, and you should too. Next up, we have, during raid battles, Adventure AI has been adjusted to perform more offensively, and this is fantastic for me too. It only applies to raid battles, and honestly, I wish it applied for challenge battles as well, like the Pumpkin. But in general, I'm one of the people that say I'm okay with bad AI. I don't want my AI to be dodge rolling everywhere and like flipping through a bunch of fire clouds and skill framing everything and just being like overall awesome. Like, I don't really want that. I want the game to be co-op, and I want my AI just to be back there. But the thing is, I just want them to do something, like anything, just auto attack. That's it. And this seems to be what this is doing. They're just performing more offensively, so I have to imagine they might use their skills more often, and they will actually attack instead of stand there. And that's literally all I want. I don't want them dodging or anything. This is fine with me. So I'm really happy with that. There's also guests and raid events can now receive a chance to participate in an extra battle. So this is much like the Pumpkin version, where people who joined also got to proc the EX battle. So for the next raid, people who join will be able to proc EX instead of just the host. And this is fantastic for me because I personally can't really use my wings as much to join people because I stream so long a day. I stream 8 to 12 hours a day on average, so I'm just done through my Wyrmite if I use my wings and stamina inefficiently. So I have to host all the time, and I always feel bad because other people don't get their EX procking because of it. So this will help me do a rotation with you guys more easily, and I'm really excited for this too. A couple other things. The auto function now carries over. That's fantastic. That's like 1 less click. Dashing while performing a or can move faster after performing a dash attack, so that's really cool too. Camera distance adjustments made during gameplay are maintained. Oh lordy, this is the best of the whole patch, I think. I don't know if you've been watching me farm Fortune recently, but the fact that the AI zooms in on the boss every time just like racks my brain. Like, it just makes me so infuriated, so I'm so glad they made this change here. There's also a ton of other things here added to do with optimize. There's also some shortcuts, which I'll show you in a second. Tapping and holding the castle button at the bottom will take you directly to the castle grounds. That saves you a couple seconds now. And there's also a required might now for raid events. So like, unlike the past raid event, you're not going to have 2,000 might people in your EX raid, I don't think. I think that's what it means. There's also a ton of issues being fixed, and most of these did not affect me, but they put the most important one at the top. And that is tap facilities would sometimes immediately become deselected. So I'm sure you've seen me do this in videos and on stream, but like, I'll click on that stupid video, or click on that stupid building, and then it'll unselect it, and I'll just get so mad. Like, so mad, I just like give up and like go do something else. It happens more with styluses, by the way, because I use the stylus to play, and I think because it's not as accurate or something, it just doesn't work as well. There's times where I have to put down my stylus and tap the thing with my finger, and that's the only time I've ever ran into that issue with stylus versus finger on a game before. So this is so good to me. This whole patch was like, it's like somebody was watching my stream and just like wrote down everything I complained about. So super props to them for everything here. There's also a ton more things here that are all being fixed, which is great. And yeah, just overall insane. I cannot believe we're getting another 10 pull. And for those of you who didn't know these shortcuts, so let's click on the castle here, and castle brings us right here. So now with a long press on castle, we can go straight into our Halidome, which does save us a good like 5 seconds or plus here and there, especially for the people who are having connection issues. That lets you skip that one more screen. There's a lot of people with connection issues right now on emulators, so that does help out there. There's also another shortcut I want to show you just in case you weren't familiar with this. This castle thing did remind me, and honestly, I don't take advantage of this either, but I really should. So let's see, we're in the upgrade screen right now. We can click on home here, and home brings us to our home area, and then we have to click on event here if we want to get into the events. So let's say we're farming Avenue of Fortune, and we want to see how much money we have, and we want to check out our team and maybe upgrade it. So we can click on team here, and usually the only way to get back is clicking home and clicking on events, going through those 2 long screen transitions. But instead, if we go back to here, we can do a long press on home, and that brings us straight to Avenue to Fortune, and we skip that intermediary screen. So just a cool little shortcut here. I'm actually thinking about doing a shortcut video in the next couple days, just because there's so many little things like that that can optimize your time in the game, which is just fantastic. Like all their menuing changes, all their menuing setup is just great in this game. Anyways, I don't even know how long I've been talking anymore, but I'm so excited and I can't wait to start stream today. So I'm gonna go start this up right after this video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you have any feedback towards video, towards anything, please let me know in the description just below. I love to hear your guys' thoughts. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye now.